Maggie here is a look at one of your runs from this past weekend. This is kind of what we call the baseline video. It's an early season video where it'd be fun to compare some late season ones and see all those improvements. Let's check you out.
Maggie? All right,
like I said, all right. Good job, Maggie. Although this is early season, it was day 2, and you already made some improvements. We narrowed your stance a bit, which is definitely helping. So your width is pretty good right now. Sometimes it gets a little wide, but it is much better. We're going to learn this year how to make a little more turn shape, more complete turns. We want to make sure we're really completing that turn so they look more like S's. Right now, your turns are a lot more narrow. Get going pretty fast, which is fun. But we want to really work the ski, complete the turn. It doesn't mean going across the hill, but we want our skis to be pointing across the hill before we roll them back up for the next turn. I think we might have mentioned you were pole planting and dropping your hands a bit. So in this video, you made sure you were not going to pole plant and drop your hands. So it got a little, we'll call it, I don't know if excessive is the right word. But we'll talk about the pole plant. Hard to really explain all in here, but bottom line, we want our hand. First off, we're going to check your length of poles, make sure we got the right size. But we want the hands to be lower. You kind of want your hands out like you're carrying a cafeteria tray. So you're here. You can see your hands bent up. So we don't want that. And the poles should pretty much be held so they're going behind you, not straight up and down. Hard to explain right now, maybe, but get back to that in a second. But more importantly, we need to use more ankles and knees to roll the skis up on edge. We don't have a lot of angle of the skis there. We want to use ankles and knees, really driving them inside here to get those skis up on edge. We'd love to see you looking, we'd love to see your, right now, this top of, where you are in the turn, to have a lot more like this and then straight up the body. So we need to have angles of the skis, angles of the body. So, we talked about poles. So the poles should be with your hands held a little lower. Right now, they should be back here and not going up and down vertically. And then when we pole plant, we kind of just sometimes have to go, with the wrists, swing them out and around to get some room and get them out in front to pole plant. But like I said, we'll discuss that and show you it's in person to be a lot easier. But most important is trying to really roll up those skis on edge further, making more complete turns, and with a little more ankle flexion. You could see we were talking a lot about how we want to have our shins going forward, and I'll show you in a second. Just looking. So, we want to have our shins matching angles like this. And at the same time, we generally want to have our back to have the same angle of our shins. But right now, all of that for you is like that. So we need to yank the feet back, get in the front of the boot, really drive the knees to the skis. All right? And then a little more bend at the waist, just a little bit, so we're more in an athletic, ready position. But great first couple of days. A lot of fun with you. Hope you had fun, and we're looking forward to a great year.